Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Latin America Show. My name is Enrique Gelista, and it's a pleasure being tonight with all of you, celebrating 1 year. I
Little
think so.
echo.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yes.
What did you say?
Little echo.
Yeah, I think so. That's right. Yeah, better?
Much better.
Cool.
Yes.
So, well, it's a pleasure for us celebrating 1 year of the Latin America Show. This show started the 16th of June last year. So tonight we have the opportunity to be here with you. And also, well, we would like to say thank you very much to all the people that they have supported us during this year. It has been an extraordinary experience, and also we are trying to show the best of Latin America to all of you. And well, of course, it's like the main request is going to be like, please follow us in all our social networks. You can follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Remember that if you subscribe to YouTube, to the YouTube channel, and also on Facebook, remember that, well, just to put the bell there in order that you know every time that we are broadcasting or uploading a new video in YouTube or broadcasting here on Facebook. So thank you very much for that. Share also this video in order that more people they know exactly what are we doing, and of course engaging more the Latin America community. In a way that I'm saying Latin America community is not only the Latinos, it means all the people that they are in love with Latin America. So thank you very much for that. And well, I would like to say hello. Well, here they are, mis amigos. Roger Alarcón.
Oh, this is me first. I thought it was going to be with me. Everyone, hello, everyone. Well, congratulations to us. It's 1 year, 1 year of experiences, 1 year of showing you the best, 1 year of working hard. Those two, they work more than me. It's working hard just to bring you the best, as Enrique said. We've been meeting, I'm going to copy the word of Enrique, extraordinary people. And obviously, we will present more extraordinary people.
Thank you, Roger. And on the other side, we have Whitney Nochereno.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, just to echo Roger and Enrique's sentiments, it's crazy. We survived a year. We haven't killed each other. We almost have, but no, all good friends here and all good fun. And it's been really, really great. When I started this, I was hoping that we'd go for a year, and we've just built so much buzz, and that a lot of that is due to you guys. So thank you for being such avid fans, enjoying the show, following the show, tracking it, and recommending it to your friends. We really appreciate it. And here's to another year or more.
That's really good, Whitney. And hopefully, yes, we can be more time and more years celebrating with all of you. And also, well, it's like not only Whitney and Roger who are the ones who appear here, it's also all the team from the Latin America show, all the sponsors, all the guests that we have had. Thank you very much. The embassies, the consulates, the Chamber of Commerce, the Mexican Global Network, all the sponsors that, well, I don't want to mention one because actually it's like they are a lot from different parts of the world that we can say it, in the US, in Latin America, in the UK. So thank you very much for all the guests that they have been also in Sweden, in the US, also in Latin America, in Europe, all of them. Thank you very much. Thank you to Liliana. Thank you to Yvonne Velasquez. Thank you to Jaskin. Thank you to Ariadna. Thank you to Evelyn. And of course, thank you to Adrian Garcia because, well, he provided us the music. So thank you, everyone. I don't know if I'm missing someone. No, I don't think so. But well, thank you very much. Also, it has been a big effort. We are trying to do our best. We are trying to provide you quality in the show. And believe me that, well, all the people that are involved here in the Latin America show, well, we are glad celebrating this year. And also, we would like that you, if you are interested or you would like to know more about Latin America, and also you want to be involved in the team, send us an email, and let's see if you want to be part of the team and how can we collaborate, because also we're very open to collaborate with all the different groups across the UK, across the world, and we are just trying to give the best of us to all our audience. So thank you very much for that. And also, well, I think that, well, it's important to recognize Roger and Whitney that, well, they have been here in the front. And of course, it's not easy just to have this duty every week. And there have been 52 programs, so it has been like a lot of challenges and also a lot of preparation for all of them, for all the team in general, searching for guests, searching for people, searching for information that is going to be accurate. And also we're trying to bring you the specialist in different areas in order that well you can have this one. So we are very happy that you are here with us. Thank you very much to all the, and of course, well, mainly the audience that well you are here with us all the time sharing your experiences and sharing everything. And I can see a lot of people here connected now. Thank you, Abhijit, Garen, dice hola, hola a todos desde Londres, Café Jaramillo, congratulations, Abhijit, for the first year, wonderful achievement. Good evening, Brian Nelson, congratulations, thank you, Annalise, hola a todos, hi Annalise, over the Andes, felicitaciones, Enrique, you look like you have been to the gym. I don't think so. I think so. It's more maybe it's a camera effect. I don't know if I look that I have been in the gym or I have been just sweating. Maybe he's saying that I'm sweating.
No, I think it's the t-shirt. I think Roger and I a little bit more and you're lacking in this department.
Or maybe because I look like a wrestler. You know?
Yeah, it's because the last episode he's got on his mind his name, wrestler name. Yeah, the Canoso Furioso.
Okay, so well, Abhijit, well, it says muchos regalos para ti. Well, actually, it's like we have given a lot of different presents for all the audience. That is extraordinary. That is something that we really like to, and we really enjoy that. So thank you. Also, here we have Brian Nelson, Alma, woohoo, no? Because Alma is saying Alma de Mexico. Yeah, and thank you, Alma, for being here. Brian Nelson, feliz cumpleaños de Latin America Show, 1 year together and many more to come, hopefully, yes. 52 is saying Abhijit, so well, like hopefully we can have, yeah.
We can go over numbers really soon.
52, that it was part of the lesson, last lesson with Whitney. Yeah, the numbers. Really good. So I think so. Also, you have learned a little bit of Spanish and everything. I don't know what is appearing here, like the name of ERICKA. You can see here on Facebook.
No, well,
ERICKA is not already here with us, but it's appearing. She will be with us, and also, well, the first time that we launch this this show, we talk about Mexico. So, well, we are going to talk tonight, we're going to talk about Mexico again, but we're going to have a breakdown. We're going to talk a little bit about Papatxoa, that, well, it's an accessories that, well, ERICKA MUÑOZ, she will let us know what is more about it. Also, we're going to have an interview with the Minister of Tourism of Yucatan, Michelle Fridman. And also remember that this is one of the 4 episodes, or a section that is going to be split in 4 episodes about Yucatan, where we're going to talk about different things like the food, the traditions, the Mayans, the other ruins or the pyramids, etc. So it's going to be very interesting. And we have music also from Patiño, that, well, is a Mexican guy who is based in the UK. And I think so the first thing that we need to do is just to make a little bit of memories about what have happened in the Latin America show during this year. So, Roger.
Yeah, of course. It's amazing. Try to do it, but I can't do too much, but let's see it.
Te quiero así, como eres y un poquito más. Te quiero así, me enamoraste con lo que me das. Me gusta tu cuerpo y tu mente me lleva a viajar. Te quiero así, toda la vida conmigo estarás. Dame ese amor que está de sobra en tu corazón. Dame el calor que me derrite pero de pasión. Sabes que te quiero y quiero que me quieras como soy. Dame tu amor y vámonos viajando hasta el sol. No, no, te quiero más y más. No, contigo
lo que fuera por tener tu amor. Por ti yo soy esclavo de tu rica seducción. Me gusta tu cuerpo y cuando tú y yo nos portamos mal, te quiero así, tal como eres, un poquito más. Oh, 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 te quiero más y más. Oh, 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 contigo tengo paz. Juntos venceremos lo que la vida tendrá. Si estamos juntos, nada nos detendrá.
Willy Matías. Hay mil maneras que te quiero decir cuánto yo te quiero, quiero que estés aquí. Es tan fuerte nuestra ley de atracción, tú rompes la regla con tu seducción. Debería ser ilegal, está tan gorgosa como tú, no es normal. Ahí vamos, que no quede espacio, quiero recorrer tu cuerpo con mis labios. Y como me gusta, mamita. Ay, mamita.
Venceremos lo que la vida tendrá. Si estamos juntos, nada nos detendrá. Nos detendrá. Te quiero más y más. Contigo tengo paz. Juntos venceremos lo que la vida vendrá. Si estamos juntos, nada nos detendrá.
Quiero verte. How long you've been buscando something like this, tastes like gold. What have you been pensando? You can't Google this, there's no code. I want to be sincere, words they don't do me no more. This is the way we're wired. Cuéntame bien qué quieres hacer. Now close the door. Now there's no need to own this. Replace the fear with wonder. Grip now to my fingertips like you belong to me. Come close and breathe me in like you belong to me. Yo quiero verte otra vez, tu boca y tus ojos sinceros. Yo quiero verte otra vez, tu mano, tu cuerpo entero. A bit of you I'll borrow, dreams just don't do it no more. I've got some tricks to show you, I know that you're not a bore. Tú no me aburres a mí, no. No, there's no need to own this, replace the fear with one.
So you can imagine, compress everything from a year. It's impossible, but that's a special moments, a really good moments, and a really good people.
Excellent, Roger. Thank you very much for that. It was like really nice, and well, also as we were saying, well, it's a good opportunity to link, and well, to have this kind of link between UK, between the rest of the world, Latin America, and well, part of the Latin America show always is this section that is the Spanish section that I have to put my mic on mute. If not, somebody is going to tell me off.
Still hear you. I know. It's really hard to, Roger. Roger,
Why is up?
you have to put your microphone mute too. It's not just Enrique. Thank you. It's really hard to follow that. It's been really, really cool. It's been a great, great year. And we're going to start learning more and more new material. And starting with that is telling time. So I said last segment, we're going to focus on numbers the next few segments because one of the first things I do when I first teach Spanish is numbers, letters, numbers, and then the date and time. We went on about how to say the date, and we'll go back and I'll teach that another time. But just so you're learning something new, especially for the people who are constantly following our show, we're going to look at how to tell time. Now, we had done numbers 0 through 60. So if you haven't seen the show, go back to last episode, look over that again, or literally just Google numbers 0 to 60. You find a lot of pleasant images. So we're going to start with expressions with telling time. So let's start getting into that right now. So we're going to start with the singular expression, and I'm going to explain what that is. So it's all expressions and it uses this verb ser, and ser is the verb to be. So in the singular form, the conjugation is es. It means it is. So we use that with que hora es, what time is it? Now, are there more ways to say what time is it? Yeah, like que hora son, for example. But one of the most common ways is que hora es, and that is singular. So these are the expressions, not just que hora es, but are singular because it talks about one number or one noun that is singular. So es la una means it's one, whether it's PM, AM, and we'll get into that next episode. And then es el mediodía, it means it's noon, okay? And then you have es la medianoche, which is midnight. So a couple of observations. It's una and not uno. I know that we learned that one is uno, but it's not in this case because una is referring to una hora, which is feminine, and that's why we keep it feminine. And I know what you're thinking, although mediodía ends in A, it actually is masculine, that word. And if you think about it, it's el día. So expressions like buenos días are a way to remember that. And then es la medianoche, that is feminine as well. So es la una is one, es el mediodía, it's noon, and es la medianoche, it's midnight. Moving on. And this is saying like it is, not when something is at a certain time. Again, that'll be another segment because we only have so many minutes. Okay, so then we get into the plural expressions, and the form of that with ser is son. So son las dos, 2 p.m. Son las tres, like in la foto, it's 3. Son las cuatro, it's 4. Okay, whether it's AM, PM. So it's son las, and then the number for a clean, like 2 p.m. 2, 3, or 4. Son las dos, las tres, las cuatro. Okay. And then, okay, so what if it's not just a clean, like 2, right? Like it's 2:10, 2:05, okay? Or in this case, 5:10. So this is the formula that you use to tell time. Now, it's not necessarily always told this way, but this is the most common way to say time. So it's the verb son, and this is with numbers 2 or above, like 2 to 12. Son plus las, because you're referring to las horas, plus the number, and the letter Y, which is E, which means and then the second number. So for example, if you look in the picture up here, it's son las 5:10, 5:10, okay? If you want to say like 6:20, son las 6:20. So that's how you do it. Son las 6, E, and then whatever number comes after it. Are there more ways than that? Yes. We're going to start simple this segment. Okay, so then you have this thing called like expressions. It's a little bit, just like in English, for example, we don't just say 7:15. We could say that, or 7:15. These expressions translate to Spanish. So if you look at the photo above, it says son las 7:15. That's one way to say 7:15. You can also say son las 7:15. So what is cuarto? Cuarto is quarter. Okay, and 15 minutes is a quarter of an hour, just as we know because we say it in English. So that's one way to say anything, like a quarter past any time. Son las 7:15 or y cuarto, son las 6, son las 2. And then if you're going to go singular, es la 1:15. Okay. Same thing with half past, right? You could say 7, we're just gonna keep the number 7 to keep it simple. 7:30, it's son las 7:30. Or you can say 7:30, just like we do in English, son las 7:30. All right. So those are the 2 ways to do that. Okay. So next time we're going to talk about AM and PM next lesson. And there are other ways to say time, especially further from like 30, like 35, 40, 45, but that's a little tricky. So we're going to do that next segment. But before we finish this segment, here's a question for the audience. Put it in using, I'm going to go back, this formula. Okay. ¿Qué hora es? Full expression. Okay. Look at that number and throw it in the comments. And while we wait for a quick second, okay. Enrique, ¿qué hora es ahora?
Ahora?
Mm-hmm.
Right now?
Yeah.
Or there?
Give an
Now?
example. No en la foto. Sino ahora
Son
mismo.
las 8:24.
Muy bien. Okay. Y Roger, ¿a qué hora empieza the Latin America show?
A las 8
Muy bien. Okay. ¿De la mañana?
de la tarde.
En la tarde, muy bien, perfecto. We'll get into AM and PM, but while I wait for that, I'm going to check out the comments. Mine's a little bit delayed, so hold on one second. Son las 10:15. Okay, what is Abhijit missing? He said son las 10:15. What is he missing in the middle? Anyone? Anyone?
15
Roger?
minutes?
Huh?
He's missing 15 minutes?
No, he said son las 10:15.
Con 15.
Con 15 or y 15. Sí, muy bien, perfecto. That is it. That is the first half of the segment. Next segment, I'm going to talk about more about telling time, especially with the upper numbers, and then AM and PM. So stay tuned for that. And later in this segment, I have a special surprise that is not about telling time. So stay tuned for that as well.
Oh, that's really good. Okay, so well, thank you very much for that. Son las 10:15. Gary puso. Son
Thank
las
you.
10:15.
I knew it was
Son las 10:15.
That's the
También.
other one.
Also, Brian. He put,
good.
yeah.
Las 10:15. That, yeah, sorry, I could only see Abby Jeeves. Mine's a little.
Yeah, no worries. It's like, well, and also, well, I have a relative watching us, Rosa Gelista. Well, that she's saying hello desde Boston. Hey, hello, family.
Hey, Boston.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
La
Abhijit,
familia.
thank you,
La familia.
Abhijit. Thank you, Nahida, Linda Adamson. That was a great, fantastic content and brilliant guest. Also, excellent. That was excellent. So many shows. Gary Dancy, Elżbieta, Feliz Cumpleaños, the Latin America show. What is it? Me encantar. Alma, that, well, she's saying that she lives in Wales. So feliz aniversario, Ana Velázquez, our friend Ana Velázquez, she has been here. Also Joshua, happy birthday, guys! Thank you very much. So thank you, and also I would like to ask you, and maybe you can put in the comments, what is the one of the shows that maybe you really like it? Let us know which show, if you have watched us before. Maybe one that you have in top of mind that you can say, this is my favorite one, or has been my favorite one. Let us know in the comment section which ones you like it. And I think so now it's time to go to music. So yeah, is that correct? Yes, I think so. Let's go to music. And this is our friend Patiño. He's based here in the United Kingdom and he's from Mexico. And he has a couple of extraordinary songs that we're going to listen today. Also, one of them, we use it for the promo. If you haven't listened, it's very easy to find him anyway on YouTube. It's Patiño, like that. Also, it's with ñ. That, well, it's a difficult letter, but well, if you have in your keyboard, just press in your mobile phone the N or N, and it's going to appear ñ, so you can choose it. So I think so, Roger.
Yeah, of course. Let's see it.
Milagrito de amor, qué bonito accidente, maravilla, mi amor. Tropezar de repente.
Milagrito de amor. Entre toda la gente detiene mi corazón el tenerte de frente. ¿Quién diría que el tranvía transportaba un tesoro en su tripulación? Encendida de un hilo y ocasionó una explosión al mirarte otra vez.
Milagrito de amor.
Milagrito de amor.
Ay, qué bonito este accidente. Qué maravilla, mi amor.
Qué maravilla, mi amor.
Tropezarnos de repente. ¿Quién diría que el tranvía transportaba un tesoro en su tripulación? ¿Quién diría que ese día comenzaba la historia?
Good. Very nice song, and it was like something just to be chilled in this afternoon. So, well, if you want to listen to some music like the one Patiño has, and also we are gonna have another rhythm at the end of the show. That well, is if you want to dance, if you want something like a little bit more like well, different, not so romantic. We have another one, but also I just post the YouTube channel where you can find more information about Patiño and his songs. And well, I was reading some of the comments here that, well, they were saying that, well, it's like, I don't know why my Facebook on the platform is quite slow and it's not putting all of them. However, I can see them on the chat on my mobile phone. And well, I have seen that, well, some of them, they are like just saying that, well, one of the favorites, it was about, I think so, the Guarani. When we were talking about Guarani, it was very interesting. Also, people that they like the one that is related to the pines and all this part when we're talking about Colombia, these long pines, that, well, it was like just really nice. I don't know, guys, if you have problems with Facebook or something, but it's like quite slow, the comment sections.
They're saying Pacari as well. I'm seeing Pacari, the last week episode and one on Venezuela. That's what I'm reading as well.
Okay, and also I think so. Well, our friend Lindsay, she was saying that, well, the first one that was about Bolivia, the first one that we talk about Bolivia, that she really liked it. And actually, I think so because, well, she's saying that, well, the best part it was the Singani, that, well, is the part that she was the guest and she was presenting it. So yeah, of course, it was really good, that one. And also I remember that, well, it's like they provide us also a bottle of Singani. Well, not to all of us, but well, to the winner, they provide a bottle of Singani, and also we have more. What happened, Roger?
Only to you. I wanted to try as well.
To me?
No, I won it.
No,
I had mine, but it was like before.
Yeah, I bought mine right after the show because I wanted to try it.
Oh, okay. So forget it.
Yeah, no. I didn't have Roger. No, I didn't win anything. So well, it's like maybe if you want to refresh our mind and just to think about Singani a little bit more, Lindsay, you can support us and you can send us something Gani so we can share. Also, well, they were saying the first episode about Bolivia. Ah, yes, of course.
Orange wine from
Who gave a
Uruguay.
prize to the audience after Mexico, the host country. Yeah, Bacari, indeed. Nice. Anas is here also with us. Yaya Aguilera. Lily Martinez, thank you very much for watching us. Annalise, the one about the volcanoes in Mexico. We were talking about the history
love
of
story.
the volcanoes.
Sorry, on
The
them.
orange wine.
Uruguay.
What else we have? The orange wine. It was very interesting about Paraguay. Also, well, I think so. Garen, she was talking about the Paraguayan ambassador that he is like just amazing. Genaro Papalardo. That well,
He's
he
been
has
the
been
best.
with us a couple of times. Yeah, he has been so cool. Also, what else we have here?
Everything on
dancing
the
it
show
was
is amazing.
fun. Yeah, well, also Venezuela, our last episode, and Venezuela is one of my top ones. Well, the Venezuela, we have been having some artists from there. Yeah, it was really good. Also, Ecuadorian chocolate, Monkey Lala. I know, Abhijit, that well, it's like, I know that you are a fan of Monkey Lala. So, well, we have to try it. So, well, if you remember any other chapter that you like, at least let us know. And let us know also, it's very important for us your point of view and your feedback if you would like to bring more artists, more singers, if you like more food, drinks, or what do you prefer. For us, it's very important. All your thoughts and all your feedback. And well, as we said at the beginning, we're going to talk about Mexico, and we're going to talk about one particular state in Mexico, that is Yucatan. And we have been honored to have with us well, first, before I said who is the person, let's watch a little bit of Yucatan. That is just a quick view about Yucatan, Mexico. So, well, it's like, I'm pretty sure that you are going to put in the list of the places that you want to travel. I know that the Latin American show had created a massive conflict in your mind, showing you a lot of different places and a lot of different kind of landscapes and all the traditions, all the food and everything that you can enjoy in Latin America. So, well, as I was saying at the beginning, we are flattered and honored having the Minister of Tourism of Yucatan, the state of Yucatan in Mexico, and she's going to tell us a little more about Yucatan. So she is Michelle Fridman, and over to you, Roger. Okay. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Well, as we said at the beginning, well, we are flattered having with us the Minister of Tourism of Yucatan, who has an extensive experience in general. Is like she has been the founder of EME Mediacom, that is a company that is specialized in public relations, and also they have developed campaigns for promoting the tourism in more than 500 destinations, events, and a lot of different brands regarding to this topic. Also, well, she has been recognized for the government of France and also from Canada, and she has been the vice president of the South region for all the Union of the Minister of Tourism in Mexico. Also, she has been collaborated with different medias across Mexico and different countries, and also she has been also providing different kind of workshops and some expositions in general about tourism. So she is very, she knows a lot about tourism, and we're very flattered to have tonight with us Michelle Fridman, the Minister of Tourism of the state of Yucatan. Hello, Michelle.
Hi, Enrique. I'm glad to be here with you and with Whitney, so we can speak about beautiful Yucatan.
Yeah, that's correct. And also, well, it's like with your extensive experience, I know that, well, we don't have a lot of time, but we would like to try to get from you. And also, as you know, we're going to have 4 chapters talking about Yucatan. So, well, this is the first one. And as we are celebrating 1 year of the Latin America show, we would like to have an amazing guest with us like you.
Well,
So
thank you.
I would like to start asking you for the audience, where Yucatan is located?
Okay, that's a good question because there are many people that are confused between Yucatan and our lovely neighbor Quintana Roo, where is located Cancun, a world famous destination in Mexico, but it's not Yucatan. Yucatan as a state is in the heart of the Yucatan Peninsula, and we're located in southern Mexico, and it's quite a beautiful state. It's a state with millions of years of history. Let's talk about 64 million years ago, when the big rock, the meteor, fell in our Earth. It happened in Yucatan, and it extinguished the dinosaurs, and it created the life as we know it. The world as we know it began in Yucatan. So that's how much story we have.
Okay, well, so I think that is like a very good example that, well, we have a inheritance like from the universe in Yucatan, to be honest.
Yeah, but not only that, we have thousands of years of history in terms of culture. We have the culture of the Mayans, the living culture of the Mayans that you can see as a tourist on our daily lives. There are Mayans all around Yucatan, and their culture has been mixed with some other migrations from Europe, from Middle East. So Yucatan is a huge world of different cultures and different traditions and different flavors, and it's quite a unique destination, Yucatan.
And I know that you talked about, it's funny, you mentioned Cancun. That was one of kind of our questions about like how a lot of people travel to Cancun, but sometimes they'll go and visit Yucatan since it's not very far. So what can people in general expect to see when they go to Yucatan, like Peninsula?
Okay, so you'll find the most authentic experiences in Yucatan. Of course, everybody knows Cancun, Quintana Roo, Tulum, Playa del Carmen. It's quite beautiful. The beaches of Quintana Roo, they're just beautiful. Also, Yucatan has amazing beaches because our peninsula is facing north. So it is an amazing place for kite surf. It is a great place in which the waters from the Gulf of Mexico blends with the waters of the Caribbean, making a very unique green emerald color in our beaches. But also there's a lot of nature in our beaches. You can go on a Yucatecan beach and see maybe 10 or 20 flamingos flying over your head. And that's why it's so unique, our coastline. But also you'll find in Yucatan, the Mayan villages, a lot of haciendas, historic haciendas that has turned into luxury hotels or museums or restaurants or places for weddings. People will find colonial towns, magical towns as Valladolid, Izamal, which is an all painted in yellow town. You'll find Sisal, Mani, that are also magical towns. You'll find a cosmopolitan city that it's Merida, that it's quite unique because it blends the history of thousands of years with the cosmopolitan city. Actually, Merida won as the best small city in the world, according to Condé Nast in 2019. So it's a beautiful destination.
Also, I think so it's like all this part that you are talking about, the haciendas and everything, is because, well, Yucatan was very famous because the production of Anakin, I think
Yes,
so.
that's right.
It was the raw material that we used to use for the ropes. Later on, of course, the nylon and all these things, they came, but it was a massive producer of Anakin in the world.
Yeah, actually, that was what we call the green gold times for Yucatan. It was a very wealthy time for Yucatan, in which for many years Yucatan was even closer to Europe than to the rest of Mexico, because there was a lot of jungle between Yucatan and Mexico, and there was a sea between Europe and Yucatan. And that sea was the way to connect the Anakin from Yucatan to Europeans, but also Europeans sent a lot of food, a lot of things from Europe. So this is why there are many styles from the European countries, as Spain, France, Germany, Italy, the UK, in our architecture, in our traditions, in our dishes.
And you were saying that, well, it's like we're talking that it's in the peninsula, this is the southeast of the country. So it's like, is there any particular seasons that maybe you will recommend people to visit? Because I don't know, the weather or the different conditions there?
Well, Yucatan is always warm, and that's a good news because you can deal with warm with a good local beer. We have amazing beer with a great swim on our beaches or in our cenotes. Do you know what the cenotes are, right? Okay, so the cenotes are these sort of pools, natural pools that they were supposed to be made when the meteor fell in Yucatan and it spit some rocks. So that there are these natural pools, very deep natural pools, in which people can swim and actually even dive. And those natural pools, they are also sacred for the Mayans.
Actually, last time that I was there in Yucatan, I remember that I went to Chichen Itza, and very close to Chichen Itza is Ijil. And I went to that cenote that is Ijil, that it was like, as you said, I just jumped straight because it was so warm and so nice, the weather, that the water was so refreshing. And it was just a good experience that, well, maybe if you are visiting Yucatan, it could be like an extraordinary way to discover this part of the nature.
They are actually amazing. They're amazing. We have over 3,000 cenotes in Yucatan. Actually, if you go to the Costco store in Mérida, they have a cenote inside the store. So there are cenotes everywhere. Yes.
Stop. Oh my goodness.
And as you were saying, some of them, they are connected one to the other one because they have like a river across them. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, well, that's just one example of how magical is Yucatan.
And I know that, well, we're going to make a deep dive about all the complete Yucatan in the following shows. But I would like to know that, well, Yucatan is like, as you were saying, it's an old state, if you want to say, or well, an old culture, because we're talking about the Mayans. And I would like to know if, like, in that region, how important are the traditions and actually the language, because they have a particular language.
Actually, that's maybe one of the many reasons why Yucatan is so unique and so extraordinary, because Yucatecans are so close to their traditions. Yucatecans feel so proud about the roots of this culture. And it's a culture that is the result of the blend of the Mayans with the European traditions, with the Arabic traditions, with the Latin, the Caribbean. All of these influences are a blend into this wonderful land that is Yucatan. And people in Yucatan feel so proud of being Yucatecan. And I think that that's something that every destination should work on. Of course, we want to share ourselves with the rest of the people, with the tourists, but always keeping alive what makes us so unique. And that's what happens in Yucatan.
And sorry, Michelle, it's just like, sorry, Whitney, just talking about this part that you were saying about the language and you were saying about the history. I know that you have developed different programs related to rural tourism that is going to these places. I don't know if you can tell us just a bit about it.
Well, actually, we have a program that it's called the Mayan Villages, in which the tourists can actually visit a Mayan village. And it's not a Disneyland thing. I mean, it's the real village in which the Mayans live every day. And we're working on this program in which the tourists will be allowed to visit those villages and maybe take a cooking lesson or a Mayan lesson or a, I don't know, any tradition that the Mayans can share with them. But also we will be finding a way to create the villages for tourists near the original villages, so they can live the whole experience with the commodities of a tourist is looking for. But we've been developing a lot of new products in terms of rural tourism, where the Mayans produce honey. For example, Yucatan is a great producer of honey. We produce one of the best honey in the world. So you can visit here a farm of bees. You can go and visit other kinds of farms. You can go with the Mayans, and as I just said, it's not a play. It's not a Disneyland thing. It actually happens. If you come to Yucatan, you will see that people wear and speak and eat what the Yucatecan things are. I mean, it's a daily thing.
I have a quick, I mean, you've mentioned so many wonderful tourist opportunities already. Is there something else that you would want to add, like favorite places that tourists enjoy the most in Yucatan, like any others?
Well, there are plenty of them. Of
right.
course, I could suggest the British tourists to use the connectivity from Quintana Roo, from Cancun. That's a good way to arrive to Yucatan. Of course, we also have our international airport in Mérida, which is very well connected. We have direct flights to many hubs such as Miami or Houston or Mexico City. But we cannot deny that the Cancun's airport, which is the better connected airport in Mexico, internationally speaking, is 30 minutes away from our border. So we see ourselves as a huge region in which the tourists can take a straight flight from London or any big city in Europe and land in Cancun. Of course, why not spend a few days in Quintana Roo and their beautiful beaches, but then come to Yucatan, always knowing that we are two very close friends, but we're different states. Because what happens is that many people from outside arrive to Cancun and they book an excursion, an expedition to Chichen Itza, which is one of the 7 wonders of the world, and it is located in the Yucatan state. And once that they arrive to Chichen Itza, they wonder, hey, why nobody told me that this was another state with a whole different variety of options to explore. So it is important for tourists that know that they can land and stay in Quintana Roo, but Yucatan is another state, and they can plan a whole regional trip and not only spend a few hours in Yucatan, because then they will be missing the amazing village of Valladolid, which is a colonial city. They will be missing the Pink Lakes, which is lakes that are pink because of the salt, that are full with flamingos. So it is a unique scenario. It's very, very beautiful right next to the beach, the blue turquoise beach. So you can see the pink right next to the blue and the flamingos flying. It's like heaven. Then they will be missing the fishing village of El Cuyo or San Felipe, or they will be missing Chichen Itza and the cenotes of the area, or the haciendas, or Izamal, the yellow town, or they will be missing the archaeological site of Uxmal. We have 19 archaeological sites open to the public. Only those that are open to the public are 19. We have plenty of others. We have a jungle, we have cenotes, we have the city of Mérida, which is amazing because it's a unique city with a lot of boutique hotels that have been built in historical houses, historical manors. So this is not an all-inclusive huge hotel with thousands of rooms, which is, of course, comfortable for some tourists. This is another experience, completely different. So they should plan a trip throughout the whole peninsula and save some time, a lot of days for Yucatan, having the options of landing in Cancun and taking off from Mérida, or the opposite, because we are very well connected as well.
It sounds like everyone should do the Yucatan Peninsula experience first and then go to Cancun for the few days just to like relax.
Yeah, that's a great option.
From all the, busy, because it sounds like there's so many wonderful things. I actually wanted to address too that there's, not just tourism, like leisure tourism, just for, fun and a holiday, but business. And I know that there have been some really important events that have taken place, such as the 17th World Summit Nobel Peace Prize. Can you tell us about this event and any others that that would be important to know, that highlight like Yucatan and, you know, all those opportunities that come out of that?
Definitely. Whitney, you just said it right. Yucatan is a great place for the MICE tourism and the business tourism and for events. We have two exhibition centers that are quite modern. And that's just one of many reasons why the big events as the World Peace Nobel Summit arrived in 2019. This year, we will be holding the Tianguis Turístico, which is the biggest trade show for tourism in Mexico. And it's also a huge event that we were supposed to have in 2020, but of course, because of COVID-19, we moved that to 2021, and it's going to happen in November. So everyone from the tourism industry should be in Yucatan in mid-November this year. It's going to be huge. It's going to be the relaunch of Mexican tourism somehow. But of course, in 2019, we had this beautiful event with over 30 laureates, and it was such an honor to host those people in our state. They fell in love with Yucatan. They actually fell in love. We have also the companion of very important people, leaders. I remember we had, for example, Ricky Martin among us, and he was completely in love with Yucatan. He said, I'm staying in the best hotel in the world and I don't want to leave, because he actually stayed at Hacienda Chable, which is ranked as the best hotel in the world.
Oh,
yes, we have it.
You're selling Yucatan to me, definitely.
That's my job.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're selling it very well. And well, you were talking about tourism and all this part of not only leisure, of course, business. Question that we have to ask is like COVID, and of course, it's like what are the different kind of protocols or how Yucatan is dealing with this situation nowadays?
Yeah, it is important to talk about it. First, I want to add something. Yucatan has been a leader in terms of security. Yucatan has been the safest place in Mexico, but also one of the safest in the world. Our safety levels are comparable, for example, with Sweden. In a ranking in America, our capital city, Mérida, is ranked number 2, right behind Quebec City. And that shows how safe is Yucatan, and that's really important nowadays. Now that I just said that, I could say that Yucatan is also a reference in terms of biosecurity. Since COVID-19 arrived to the world, we prepared our destination as one of the safest places, not because it is COVID-free, that doesn't happen anywhere, but we have a protocol, we have a certification in all the tourism experiences, from the airport and some international airlines to the hotels, to the restaurants, to the guides, to the archaeological sites, the museums, the communities, the Mayan communities, they have the certification. So tourists can expect to receive the same level of the same standards of security process during their stay. So we are a destination that has been very, very concerned about keeping safe, not only the tourists, but also the Yucatecan people. So
knowing the importance of the tourism in general, you have to, if you want to say, re-educate all the complete state in order that they feel like, well, it's something that, well, they have to take care of it. And nowadays, people that they are planning to travel, Yucatan is a good destination that they can feel comfortable that, well, it's not only the hotels, it's across all the state that they can move everywhere without any issues.
Everywhere. And actually, it's quite a civilized place, Yucatan. You'll find everyone with the mask, with the right distance, with the sanitizer. You'll find that we have very strict measures to take care of the health of the people. And of course, one other thing that makes us very competitive after COVID-19 is the fact that we have so many options in terms of experiences. Our segments are so wide, so that we can offer not only tourism in closed places or in groups, but we have a lot of experiences outdoors, for individual tourism, on the communities, on the cenotes, on the jungle. There are so many experiences in which the tourists can feel completely safe. The hotels that I was talking about, the haciendas, for example, they're so big that some tourists can even go and stay on a hacienda and never see anyone else. So it is quite a good destination for COVID.
And I think so that, well, this reflects something that, well, it's like I've had the opportunity to hear some of the interviews that you have talking before. And I think so this is the part of to be responsible, but also I would like if you can tell us a little bit about, if you want to say, your definition of sustainability, because
Yeah.
it's like, I really like it. And I would like that you can share it with the audience.
Well, actually, that was our main goal. When we arrived into this administration, people asked us, what's your main goal? And it could be easier to say we want a lot of tourism, but no, we decided our main goal should be to become a reference of sustainable tourism, because that's a compromise that we as an industry have and have had for many years, for decades. And we want to keep it right. And if we didn't learn during COVID what's really important, then we're probably screwed, because this is the huge opportunity of having some reflections in terms of what should we keep doing the same way and what should we change completely in terms of sustainable tourism. And being sustainable, it's not only to take care of the natural resources, it also has to do with preserving the traditions and the culture that makes us a unique destination, because we want to keep being a different and unique destination, different from the rest of the destinations. But it also has to do with being an inclusive destination that makes everyone part of the tourism industry, and that offers experiences for any kind of tourist. We have, for example, an inclusive beach in Progreso, where people on a wheelchair can go and enjoy of the sea and the beaches. It has to do with making a more responsible and more attractive tourism, because I'm pretty confident that the new tourist is aiming for these new experiences, different experiences, and most of all, sustainable experiences.
And it looks like you're ahead of the game from everything. Like accessibility is something that very few places can offer as a whole. So I think that's really wonderful. I have one question though, one quick question. You've mentioned so many amazing, like incredible places to visit. What is the one that you visit the most frequently?
That's a tough question, because I'm always moving all around the state. Actually, right, because we want to become more sustainable. One of the facts that makes us a more sustainable destination nowadays than 2 years ago that we arrived is the decentralization process. We've been developing tourism in places that had a huge potential, but no one did tourism product before. So, for example, in southern Yucatan, there's a place called Tecash, and we decided to bring investments and new products and to train the guides, and now they have 300% more tourism than they used to have 2 years ago. And that had happened in many places. So yes, I love many places in Yucatan. Cisal is one of my favorite beaches. The city of Mérida is amazing as well. Valladolid is amazing. Every place in Yucatan is beautiful. There's no place that you wouldn't fall in love in Yucatan. But I'm always trying to visit new places, and we have 106 municipalities and 6 regions, and I'm confident that I have visited at least 80 or 90% of them.
Well, that sounds like a very interesting, like an interesting destination. And as I said at the beginning, this is a series that we're going to have discovering more about Yucatan. So at this time, well, I know that you have other duties to do, and I appreciate a lot that the time that you took to come to the show and also to provide us all this information in order that people they fall in love with Yucatan and of course put it in the top of the list like to visit because it's like a state that is providing a lot of different experiences and also I think so that people that they can travel there they have a distinct accent in Spanish that of
Oh
course
yeah.
everybody will recognize. Did you have
Oh
that
yeah.
accent?
No, no, not yet because I'm not I was not born and raised in Yucatan. I'm actually from Mexico City. Now I'm in love with Yucatan, of course, but no, I don't have that accent yet. I'm on my way to.
There's
But
some,
the accent, the words, the traditions of the Yucatecans are different from everyone else in Mexico. So that's why we said that Yucatan is sort of a different country apart from Mexico. It's different from any other place. And you'll see that in our gastronomy as well. We have one of the best gastronomies in the world. It's different from everything. And if you guys are looking for more colors, that's what our new campaign says, the colors of Yucatan. There is no place as colorful as Yucatan. The pink of the pink lakes, the pink of the flamingos, the red of the pork that we eat bird with this red seed, the green of the jungle, the blue of the cenotes. This is a colorful place. The yellow of Izamal. It is amazing. It's a place full of experiences and with a lot of light and colors.
And of course, well, one of the traditional dishes, talking about the food that you were saying, I think is cochinita pibil.
Yeah.
That is like from Yucatan. And just that the audience they know, they sell it here in UK. You can find it in cans. I tried the other day, just try to try it. Well, of course, it's not the same, but what at least you can have a taste of Yucatan here in the UK for people that
It's not
they
the
can buy it
same.
online.
You
Of
need
course,
to go.
of course, you have to go there and to try.
You need to
it.
go to a Mayan village and cook it with a traditional cooker. And then you'll see that the cochinita, in order to cook the cochinita, you need to bury it under the earth for many hours. And it's a slow cooking process. And then you can go to a market on the street and have a fresh taco de cochinita in the morning, and then you can have a lime soup, or you can have a stuffed cheese, which is actually Hollandaise cheese, because remember, we had a lot of exchange between Europe and Yucatan. So this is the Hollandaise cheese stuffed with meat and Mayan spices. So
wow.
those are the kind of dishes that we have.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know, and it's amazing. I strongly recommend because I have been a couple of times in Yucatan. I fall in love about the city, about Merida, and about all the mixture of jungle, etc. So I think it's a good opportunity to the audience to put in the list. And remember that in the following shows, we're going to make a deep dive about the culture, about the food, and about the traditions. So I would like to say thank you very much to Michelle for being here with us. It has been a pleasure. And of course, well, we will follow what is going to happen in the Tianguis Turístico that is going to be in September, right?
November.
November.
Please hold that dates to visit us. It's going to be quite an important date for Yucatan and for Mexico as well, because the whole 32 states are going to be here restarting somehow the tourism after COVID-19. But you'll have the chance to visit these amazing places in Yucatan.
Well, of course, we're going to put it in the list. Hopefully, it's like we can travel soon. But of course, it's a place that nowadays people that they want to travel, they can go in different parts of the world that they are watching us. So
definitely
they can go and live the experience of Yucatan.
Sold.
And it's like, how is Yucatan live the colors or the colors of Yucatan?
The colors of Yucatan is one of our campaigns. We actually have another one, which is very interesting, that is called 365 Days in Yucatan. And that's just to show how many experiences we have. Every day we launch a different experience in our destination. Today was, I think, the experience number 72. And always there's a new one. And you can find all this information in our website. I'm just pointing at it, yucatan.travel. you'll find a lot of images and information and the maps, and it's quite a friendly website.
Excellent. So, well, thank you very much, Michelle, for being with us, and well, hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
Yes, we'll see soon. Thank you, Enrique. Thank you with me, and thank you for letting me speak about this beautiful land.
Our pleasure.
Of course.
Thank you very much. So, well, it was just like a good opportunity to know more about Yucatan. I'm pretty sure that was like we have to pre-record this interview with the Minister of Tourism because, well, she has a lot of duties and also because of the difference of the time zones. However, it's like, well, I can see here a lot of comments about, well, Garen is asking for the food, how the food looks like. Well, let me tell you that, well, we're going to have a show that is going to be particular. We're going to talk about the food of Yucatan. So don't miss out that one. Also, well, Lindsay, she's saying that, well, she had the pleasure to interview one of the Yucatan tour operators when it was the World Travel Market, and, well, she can wait to go there. Alma Rosa, she's in love with Yucatan, obviously, because, well, she knows very well. And she's putting, for example, Rio Lagarto, the different places that Merida, that was like a white city. Also, well, she's saying that, well, Liliana is saying the place looks amazing. Annalise, yo quiero viajar aquí. So, well, you can see that, well, they are practicing their Spanish with me. And yes, so I think so. Yucatan is a good, and the food is just delicious. I really don't like watching those videos because it's like the one that is with the cochinita, the taco, that also the tortilla is the blue color one. Oh, wow. It's really good. So you have to try it. And of course, remember that, well, we're going to have more information about Yucatan in the following shows. And we're going to talk about Mayans, about history, about the legacy. And, well, as we said, well, in Mexico, we're lucky to receive that meteorite that, well, it's like it just changed completely the world and now how we live in. So, okay, so, well, I remember that, well, maybe you watch some of these clothes that the people from Yucatan, they are wearing, and also this embroidery. Did I say it correctly?
Yes, you say it correctly.
Okay, yes. Sorry. And all these handmade things that they are doing, all the handicraft that they have, that is just brilliant. And it's like, it takes a lot of time. So talking about that, we have our next guest.
Yep.
And I think so, Whitney, you're going to present her.
I am. So originally from Jalisco, Mexico, ERICKA MUÑOZ is the founder of Papatxoa, I believe that's how you pronounce it, a company that celebrates the vibrant colors and patterns of Mexico. And prior to starting this company, ERICKA worked and continues to work for a bank and was offered a global position here in London. However, coupled with her job, her love for travel and collecting traditional textiles from her home country also became more of a hobby, and it transformed into a business that sells beautiful crafts and memories from ERICKA's home country. They are bright, they are beautiful, and hopefully after this segment and speaking with our guest, you'll want to go out. I know I'm going to go out and buy a bunch of these earrings and beautiful, beautiful pieces of craftsmanship. So I welcome ERICKA to our show.
Hello, Whitney.
How are
Can you
you?
hear me well? All good, thank you.
Good.
Thank you for this beautiful introduction. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me here.
Sending all that information about your company. It got me going online, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Well, thank you for joining us, first of all, this evening. And tell us what inspired you to start up this company, Papatxoa.
Okay, as you say, I'm actually passionate about traditional clothes, mainly from Mexico. I have a wide collection, I could say. And my intention is to wear these garments on a day-to-day basis and to prove myself that this is not only exclusive for vacations or holiday, that you can wear them on a daily basis, even here in London, and it's unpredictable weather. So I enjoy mixing these items with contemporary pieces to create colorful and bright outfits. So that's my passion.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Well, actually, it's like, well, we can see it, and I'm just like amazed because your background is not fake as our backgrounds.
It's not.
It's a, and also is you made it, right?
No, I didn't. No,
Ah,
I wish. No,
well,
this is from Tenango de Doria Hidalgo. It was a commission, and it's beautiful. I love it. It is one of my treasures.
It matches the colors of especially what you're wearing right now. I like it.
Actually, it is
Oh my
something I made. It is Mexico, and it has small flowers on it. I made the T-shirt, the necklace, the earrings, the headband. So it is me wearing me.
Yes, exactly. No, I do recognize some of those pieces. They're beautiful.
yeah,
Thank you
and
so much.
honestly, they are like just not only beautiful. It's like I can see the hours that maybe it takes you doing this. And but first of all, I would like to ask you, Papatxoa. What is the meaning of that? Where is this coming from? What is this? Yeah, what is the meaning? What is the significance that it has?
I am in love with this word. It comes from Nahuatl, and I think this is the most beautiful word that Nahuatl gave to Spanish. It has no literal translation, but it could be interpreted as to love or to care with your soul. It comes from apapacho, which is something that you usually say to someone that you love very much and that you want to care. It is mostly said to children or to small kids. And I love this word.
Yeah, actually, I think so. We use it also, as you were saying, when we take care of someone, or also when we give a hug, but a hug that
Yes.
someone needs. Like it's not just like a hug that you are giving when somebody is like you are meeting a friend or something or
It's
a
not a
birthday.
greeting.
Yeah, it's more like when you feel it and when the other person
Yes.
needs some support. So it's like we say, it's un apapacho, no? It's like
Yes.
something. So yeah, that's interesting and that's quite nice.
And that's exactly what I want all my customers to feel like they are getting an apapacho from me to them.
Oh, that's
Well, every customer of yours, it will be lucky because obviously you do the things. What are some of the products that you craft and sell?
Well, I don't have like a specific item. I make everything or anything that comes to my mind, but I mostly create accessories such as earrings, necklace. Most recently, I launched a line of headbands or hat bands, actually, just to tie it to any hat that you have, so you can make it colorful and bright. And I also do embroidery. I learned embroidery from my grandmother, so this is one of my passions. So I enjoy embroidering pretty much everything.
Oh, wow.
Of
Yeah.
those things
Wow.
are these ones I'm
Oh
wearing
my
today.
goodness.
Wow.
You can tell that you just love that, like these bright, like colorful, like color. I just love the colors. They're so bright and vibrant. That's the word I was looking for.
Yes, I truly believe that putting color or adding color to your daily outfits can make a change to your feeling or to the mood. So I definitely believe that. And it was kind of a shock when I came to London. We moved here during the winter, so I wanted to get colorful accessories from the shops, and it was pretty much unable to get them. So that's why I started to create my own accessories.
Yeah, that doesn't shock me at all as someone who probably wears a lot of black, particularly in the winter, because you just like kind of start with like the dark colors and it's hard to get out of that, especially in a city as dark and gray as London. Aside from that, what are some other difficulties that you found while starting up this side business in London, the UK?
I would say the major difficulty I have is the time. As you say, I'm a corporate employee. Between that and motherhood and everything else, I don't have the time to create as many pieces as I would like. but I try to make time to myself to focus and to create, because this is like a way to slow down my day after all my. It is a hectic day during my shift. So at the night, so I just take a glass of wine and start my embroidery, and this is the way I slow down.
And well, it's like I have a couple of questions that, well, I'm going to start splitting them, but it's like the first one is like, how do you get this creativity of these ones? It's like, do you do it, or do you think in advance, what are you going to put? Or meanwhile, you start doing it, you start thinking. So you have a plan when you're doing something?
Not really. Sometimes at night, all these ideas come to my mind when I'm trying to sleep, and I just try to keep a pencil and a notebook near to my bed, so I can try and write all these ideas, and I can make them reality the next day.
Yeah, because and actually it's like, well, I really like, for example, well, everything that we are watching now is like, as you were saying, very colorful. It's bright. It's like what Latin America reflects to the world in general.
Yeah.
I think so, and it's more like happiness in a certain way. But how long it takes you? Like I was watching, for example, the jacket. I don't know if you have that image, Roger. The jacket that you put everything behind. How long it takes you?
It took me like 3 to 4 weeks.
Oh wow!
Wow. Wow. 3 weeks, but it looks amazing. And not only that, is one of the things I want to highlight it, as you say, as a mother, as a employee, as everything, you find the way to make to be occupy yourself and then create something beautiful.
Yes, I mean, some people meditate, other people do exercise, so I embroider.
Well, I think so that it's interesting because, well, it's like, as you were saying, that, well, it's like a kind also to relax. It's like a kind of therapy, like after a tough day, maybe you are like, start doing it. But it's like, I don't know, I'm very desperate for doing like things like you are doing. And also the earrings, no, the rings. And that rings, I think so you have that image, Roger. I don't know. I think so there's a black one in particular that I really like it. And it's like, yeah, this one, of course, it takes you less time, maybe, but I don't know, because they are smaller, they take you more time or less time. I don't know what happened. Because also I can see that, well, you put like, I don't know, like a kind of pearl there and everything. So all these details.
It took me like 2 or 3 days, this piece. But it has crystals and pearls, embroidery. Yes, this is a special piece I create. And also because my son loves dandelions, so I was inspired by him.
Oh, wow, well, that
Wow.
honestly, it's like it's very interesting how you are doing all this stuff. And well, I think so, Roy, you have a question that, well, I don't want to jump to that one.
Yeah, no, I say, well, the most important question for you is where we can find your products.
Well, I'm trying to set up my website, but honestly, I don't have time for that. So it is pretty much through Instagram. So you can find me as Papatxoa on Instagram. And as all of these items are pretty much made to order. So you just need to drop me a message and I can get in touch with you.
And do you have
Well,
customers that suddenly they are like asking you for a weird thing, like saying, Ericka, I was thinking that I want something like blah, 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 blah. Do you have customers like that they are asking you on demand something particular that they would like to?
Yes, actually, I got asked by a friend to create this portrait for their wedding anniversary. And it was a random commission, but it was amazing. Also, I created some pins for a bride. It was amazing as well.
I have two quick questions for you. Hopefully, well, maybe it's quick. So one of the things that obviously has affected us this past year is COVID and has made it difficult to visit families and whatnot. So how has this work sustained you and your ties to Mexico during this difficult time?
Maybe it's like I feel like I am close to Mexico by wearing a piece of Mexico on a daily basis. So I try to keep Mexico close to me through this traditional clothing.
And
Because I say we may have leave Mexico, but Mexico will never leave us.
oh, that's so beautiful. I love that. And the second part of my question is, aside from family, what do you miss the most about Mexico?
There are two things. The first one obviously is the food. I cook, but it's not the same. And it's not the same cooking for free that cooking for a peloton in Mexico as we do. And the other thing is traveling through the country, because for those that have been in Mexico, it is an amazing country, and it changed from one state to another. Not only the food, but everything changes. So you can go from desert to beach. I miss traveling in Mexico.
Well, if you are worried that, well, you cannot cook to a massive audience or like a bunch of people going to your house, please feel free. We don't want that you miss that part of Mexico. We can go and you can cook and also we can enjoy it. So don't worry. We don't want that you miss that part. We want that, well, you don't have this kind of homesick.
How many of you are in your house? How many of you are in your house?
We're only 3.
3, Enrique 4, 5, and Winnie 6. So we done it. Rule of 6.
Okay. Let's go over any Sunday, any Saturday, and you will get a real traditional Mexican brunch.
Ooh.
And what is your specialty? What is your specialty? What is the one that you said, I really like to prepare this one, or this is my best one?
Oh gosh.
I cook everything from mole to pozole, carnitas, pipián, you name it, and I cook it.
Okay, whatever you do, Erika, don't put the hands on the tortillas to Enrique, please. Just that. Because he burned everything.
Okay.
And you prepare the tortillas also, handmade?
Yes.
Really? Oh my
Yes,
God.
I do.
You really should not have said this. You should have said you're a terrible cook, because that gives us the option to like get an invitation. Next time you fly, say you don't cook, and then just text me that you cook, and I'll be there.
Taking advantage immediately. So
you do.
The 20 is the Father's Day, but the 27th we can go to your house, Erika.
Okay. I'll be ready.
Erika, honestly, it's fantastic. What are you doing? And also, not only because you are working, because this is like a side business that you're doing, and also it's like it takes a lot of time. I think so. The creativity that you need to do it, the skills, the time that you spend doing it, and also how you're bringing Mexico in a certain way to the rest of the world, and also for people that they don't know Erika now. The way that you can see her normally is the way that you will see her, like dressing all these colorful things. Yeah. That's really nice. So it's not like she's wearing that stuff for the show. No, she wear it because she really like it. And I think so also in your company, a lot of times they ask you, no, like,
yes,
where did you buy it? Where's like, yeah, a lot of people. So I think this
yes.
is
in my company, while dropping my son to school, people stop me in the street just to ask me where I got my dresses or my earrings or whatever.
Yeah. So it's like, well, if you want a present, just like ask in advance to Papatxoa. That well is like it's beautiful. Yeah, it's speechless, honestly.
Thank you so much, Enrique.
Now, thank you, Erika, and of course, thank you for your time. I don't know, Whitney, you're going to say something else? No.
No, I was just going to thank her as well.
Okay. So thank you very much, Erika, and of course to the audience. Well, it's very easy to find it. We already share the Facebook page also that, well, you can follow her, Papatxoa. And well, it's like Erika MUÑOZ, an extraordinary Mexican that, well, she is bringing a piece of Mexico to the UK.
Thank you so much for having me here. I really
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Erika.
I have to recognize and just to say to the audience that, well, some of the prizes that, well, Papatxoa, she has been the provider of some prizes that we had during this year in the Latin America show. So thank you also for that, Erika. And well, I think so that also Liliana put a comment that, well, it's like a friend of hers, she was asking for a special commission, I think so. And I think it was in a prize that it was different color or something. I don't remember exactly. But I think some time ago, a friend of Liliana asked you for something. So thank you very much. And thank you very much for being with us tonight.
Thank you so much for having me here and enjoy your night. Take care.
Excellent. Thank you. Well, she is Erika MUÑOZ, and well, she is from Papatxoa. You know that, well, it's very easy to find it. And you know that, well, it's going to be like a little pamper that you can give to your family, to your friends, and whoever you want. And I think so. Just following the show, I think so. We have I remember that we're going to have more music from Patiño that also I saw that he posted a comment and also follow him. He has really good music. Now let's go to Whitney's section, if I'm not wrong. Is that correct, Whitney?
No, you're right. Thank you for not skipping me.
Oh, come on.
It's so easy. It's like taking candy from a baby. All right. So now that Roger is going to put his microphone on mute.
Me as well. Okay. Yeah. I'm the good boy. Okay.
Enrique, mute him if I can't. There we go. This segment's going to be actually really, really short for two reasons. One, we've had a lot going on with all the videos, the music, and the memories of this past year. And two, because Enrique had this great idea. I will give him credit when credit's due. Yes, for me to do some Yucatan slang. So I looked up Yucatan slang. Some of the words I found I couldn't really share. So of the words that I found, I'm going to give you 5 words. Now, as you may know, a lot of the Yucatan uses a lot of words from Mayan language and Mayan languages, and there's so many. So I apologize, by the way, if I mispronounce them, because I do not speak like slang from this area at all. So I do apologize. So here, let's look at them right now. 5 words heard on the street starting right now. Okay, so the first one, all right, we have sheesh. All right, it's XIS, but it's pronounced sheesh, something more or less. And this means something that very little that's left over. So like if you had a carton of milk, it's like that little bit of milk that's left over, and you don't use it and you just put it back in the fridge, or like a little bit of like water left in the bottle, something like that is sheesh. And I don't really know if there's a word specifically in Spanish. I know we've talked about la yapa as something that's left over, but that's actually like for free if you're buying a product, like, you know, if there's extra, like a little bit of smoothie left in the blender. The next one is toloc, and it's a Mayan word for iguanas, and in Spanish it's la iguana. So that is one of the other words that I found. And then the last one on this page, malish. So I'm guessing I acts as an ish sound. It's a mixed dog, so not a purebred. So it's like, in Spanish, we'd say un perro de raza mestiza or mixta, which is actually, that doesn't surprise me because you have a lot of like, you know, not just like mixed breeds in that area from what I've read in some of the studies and classes I've given, but like just a lot of like dogs in the streets. Mexico's a lot of that. And then we have the next one is, this is my favorite. I say this, well, I don't say it in this particular slang, but I do say in Spanish, cállate or cállense to my students, which is sho or makashi, which means to be quiet, like shut up, please be quiet, don't speak, I'm speaking. Kind of what I do with Enrique and Roger, sho or makashi, sorry. So those are just 5 words, some slang. Here you go, two ways to say to be quiet or just be quiet. You have malish, which is the mixed breed, tolok, which is ¿cómo se llama otra vez? I already just forgot. My brain isn't here. The iguana, and shish, which is something that's a little leftover on the side. And that's it. You can talk.
Okay.
Well, it's like I don't know about Mayan, to be honest. I don't know if you are saying the truth or not. I not really. I don't know. I only know one that, well, a friend of mine that, well, we used to work together in Mexico. She was from Merida, and she used to say "kosh." I think so. I don't know if the pronunciation is correct, but it was "kosh." It was like "let's go," something "kosh." No, it was. But also, I think so. One that is very particular for them, it could be bomba. No?
Yes, that's a big one. I was saving that for the next episode, but thank you for spoiling that.
And it's an expression. And it's an expression.
Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, I was looking up more slang after I prepared this segment right before the show. So yes, no, you can buy like mascarillas, like masks that say bomba on it, actually.
Yeah, the problem is, that this particular, that word is, in the rest of the world is,
it could be,
they know something else.
Yeah, I don't know if Facebook is going to say us something because we're saying that word, but it's like we're talking about Yucatan, Mr. Facebook, just that you know, and that is the way that they use it. Also, Royer, do you know how to do that accent from Yucatan?
La verdad que no. No. So,
I think so. Also, the other one.
I'm from the Mexico City.
I'm not going to spoil, but I'm going to send you the message, Whitney, because it's another one that is very famous.
Yes.
But well, it's like I think so. We need to practice our accent, and the next episode that we will talk about Yucatan, Roger. Maybe we can talk. Como yucatecos, ¿no?
Okay.
Okay. ¿No?
Okay.
Más o menos. Así hablan. But well, anyway,
it's completely
like
different.
Our friends from Yucatan, they will not complain about it because it's very particular. It's really nice, honestly. It's very sweet. So thank you very much, Whitney, for that one. And also, as I promised at the beginning of the show, we are going to have more music about Patiño. And let's move a little bit the body. And I think so we have a song that is Patita Linda. So, well, it's like, let's go with that music and just to put some rhythm to this Tuesday night before we go. Over you, Rayer.
Vuélveme a querer. Sí, claro.
Dulce cañaveral, jalea sin curvas, moviendo la oyentula, olor a ceniza, ataca la gula. No soy ningún poeta, tengo rima de boxeador, pero Paquita linda, te hice esta canción, oh, 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 Paquita linda, esta es tu canción, esta es tu canción. Jalea sin curvas, moviendo la oyentula, se escuchan los santos, espantan al cura. No soy ningún poeta, tengo mano de soldador, pero Paquita linda, te hice esta canción, oh, 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 Paquita linda, esta es tu canción, esta es tu canción. ¿Cómo me cuesta decir te amo, para cantar este son todo el año, muchos años? manica. Mi papá se fue en un barco para Costa Rica. Salió de San Juan del Sur, vestido de vieja fina. Huyó de los rifles, salvó a la familia. No soy ningún poeta, pero soy un gran cantor. Por eso, Paquita linda, te hice esta canción. Oh, 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 Paquita linda, esta es tu canción. Esta es tu canción.
Cool. So he is Patiño. So we already shared the website, well, the Facebook page and all the information about him, where you can find it. It's really nice. The music also, well, I can see that, well, Isabela Capatano and Alice, well, nice, lovely voice and nice melody. So, well, thank you very much. Thank you, Isabella. And, well, as we were saying, we're celebrating 1 year of the Latin America show. Sorry, I was just checking the messages. We're celebrating 1 year, and Isabella, she has been here. Also, as I would like to repeat, because I can see that Yvonne Velasquez is here with us, and I said at the beginning, well, to Yvonne, to Yaya, to Ariadna, Liliana, Evelyn, Adrian Garcia, and all the different sponsors, supporters, guests, everyone, thank you very much. We are supporting Latin America, I think so. Roger, you have something else for us, right?
Yeah, obviously, to complement this amazing year. And I've been working at the Biennale here in London. Last week, I presented something about Chile. This week, we present something about Guatemala. Thank you to the cultural attaché, Cecilia Suarez, which we had a program and she contacted us with a very amazing actress from Guatemala, very famous, by the way. And let me show you a little bit of what you can see from Guatemala in the London Design Biennale.
Nostalgia is an interactive sound installation made with 60 rain sticks put together in a beautiful structure with a DNA shape that invites people to participate and be pretty much aware of the sound of water. Rain sticks are made in Latin America cultures to really call the rain to the communities.
And well, that's just a hint of what you can find there. This installation is by Maria Adela Diaz. And thank you very much to Cecilia Santa Maria, which is the cultural attaché from the Embassy of Guatemala. Thank you very much. Those sounds are amazing. That's the water. It's so relaxing. So I recommend you buy your tickets. It's going to be, the last day is the 27th of this month of June. So don't miss it.
Yeah, it's
No,
summer.
it's-
In Summer's House.
Yeah, I'm actually going tomorrow. So next week I'll report. Seriously, why? To meet Becky and the artist who will hopefully be bringing on our program in the upcoming weeks at some point. So yes, thank you.
That's good. Actually, I love that rain sticks. They are amazing. I have one in Mexico that I remember that I was playing with them.
No, it's just you can be there, and obviously it's sanitizer. The people from the Biennale is very keen to that. So I know you need to play with the hands, but it's just in certain people can get in there, and you have obviously to do the all the cleaning
Control,
stuff
the
and
checks,
the control, everything. But if you sit down there and then you just bring the sticks, because it's like a DNA, so you hear it like for a long period. So it's amazing.
Yeah, well, actually, I think it's a good opportunity if, now that lockdown is lifting a little bit. So it's like, as Whitney, she's going to go tomorrow. Well, also buy your tickets, go there and enjoy this experience of the Biennale. So thank you very much for that, Roger. And I think it's time to go if I'm not missing anything. So thank you very much for being with us. So Roger Alarcón.
Well, thank you very much. We missed the Mañanitas. Let's try to get a mariachi somehow at some point, just to do the correct thing. If not, we invite to Adrian Garcia to just sing us something. But anyway, it's been a pleasure working with you too, Mr. Enrique, with the gray hair, and Miss Whitney, all the good times. And we sometimes have not discussions, but like frictions, but in order to have always the best for you guys, so you can see what it is in this program. It's a lot of behind. Thank you very much again for all the stuff, all the people, to Yaya, to Liliana, to Yvonne, to Evelyn, to Adrian. Missing someone?
Ariadna.
Jackson.
And all of our
And
guests.
Ariadna.
Yeah, like
And all of them. Yeah, thank you very much to all of you, which without them, this cannot be possible.
Thank you, Roger. On the other side, we have Whitney Nuchereno.
No, I absolutely agree. When there's love, there's passion. And I feel like that this has been our passion project. And I want to thank you guys. I didn't do that in the beginning of the program. I think I was waiting to make sure you were like semi well behaved during my part. Didn't want to speak too soon. But thank you to Roger. Thank you to Enrique, who, gave me this opportunity. And I thought, oh my goodness, what's this going to be like? And still here for a year. So we're still going strong, and thank you for the next year. And for tonight's music, Patiño is already on the Spotify, so go check it out. All the songs, it's been updated from all of the artists that we've had on our show whose music is on Spotify. So thank you again. I'll see you next week.
Thank you very much, Whitney, and thank you very much to everyone. Remember that the Latin America show is every Tuesday, 8 p.m. London time. Share this video and follow us in all our social networks. My name is Enrique Gelista. See you next week. Bye-bye.